The $4 million FNCS Global Championship LAN in Copenhagen is less than a week away, and so far I have not seen any place where all of the pros drops are compiled. So I've decided to make my own drop map, and I'll be going through all of your favourite pros like Clix, Mr. Savage and Tayson in this video. So without further ado, let's get on with it. First, we've got two of the biggest names on EU, Malabuka and Thomas HD, both looking to win their first FNCS championship from the Racetrack. I truly believe that if they weren't triple con, they'd have a really good chance of winning the LAN, but unfortunately they're contested by NA FNCS champions Canada and Aegis, along with Suns and Aeons from OCE. I would predict that both Canada and Malabuka will qual finals, but won't do well there unless they switch drops. Unfortunately, due to the lack of good practice on OCE, I've ruled out Suns and Aeon qualifying for finals, although I would not be at all disappointed to see them competing on Sunday. Secondly, we move to North Slappy, where Tayson and Moustache are being conned by Vortex and Belusi. However, Tayson and Moustache are in the upper bracket, and Vortex and Belusi are in the lower bracket, meaning both teams have a chance to qual finals in the heats. This does sadly mean that if they both qualify to finals, it is unlikely that either of them will succeed. On the south side of Slappy, there are Trulex and Chico and Quanti and TK. Trulex's team is in the upper bracket while TK's team is in the lower bracket, so it is likely they will both qualify finals, although they will not perform to their full ability if this happens. It would also be possible for them to split the drop, with one team dropping at South Slappy and one taking the split, which they've also claimed. In the far southeast of the map, we have Mr. Savage and Vadil landing at Knotty Nets uncontested. If they stay uncontested, they'll be looking like one of the favourites coming into the finals, as many other teams have not been so fortunate regarding their drop situation. Slightly further west of Savage, we have Queasy and Vino dropping at Kenjutsu. I'll be incredibly surprised not to see at least a top 5 from them in finals. Now we're going to move to one of the hotspots on the map, which is the centre. On the east, there are Rise and Yomzo claiming their normal castle and gas split, not looking like they will be contested as of right now. I'd be incredibly surprised if Rise and Yomzo didn't qual finals, as they dominated NA for a large amount of last season. This also means that they are likely to do well in finals. Then, moving further left, we have Poyo and Sphinx from NA Central and Vanyak and Kami from EU contesting each other for a tiny amount of loot on a split to the west of the gas station. To the north, we have a split with the Bastion building, the Outpost and Crashshot's house, which is being triple contested by EU's Fanayan and Moneymaker, Eyedropper Mappy and Alex and Worthy from OCE. Once again, unfortunately for OCE, I would predict that the two EU duos would qual, although Moneymaker and Fanayan are in the lower bracket, so they only have 5 games to do so. This means that they would have to win their spawn fight against potentially 2 other duos at least 3 of their games, and then survive all the way to endgame to guarantee their qualification. To the west of this, we have Creaky Compound, which is also triple contested by 2 of the best teams on NA, Reach and Rituals, and the Chapter 4 Season 2 FNCS champions Dukes and Edgy. Alongside these insane NA teams, we have an OCE team Sorif and Skits. I would be surprised to see Duke and Edgy not qualifying, and Reach and Rituals, although I don't believe their finals performance will be anywhere near as good as it could be with an uncontested drop. Saying this, in the latest Geocache Cup, they didn't contest each other and instead split the POI, so this is also a possibility. Travelling further west, we have what looks like a terrible split just south of Eclipsed. This split is being dropped on by 3 teams, Hen and Vask slightly to the west, Axeforce and Roban, and the only solo player attending the LAN, Curb. Since recording this video, Curb's situation has now changed, so he is now playing with Wixie, an Asia player, and is contesting Mixon and Blaha for the Bastion building west of Sanguine. Personally, I think at least one of these teams will move to contest Repulse and Jace at Eclipsed, rather than triple contesting this mid-split. Cooper and Mira have managed to claim all of Rumble Ruins, meaning they will almost certainly qual finals, and they are definitely capable of winning the $1 million first prize if they lock in fully. Dropping uncontested Caravan Park, we have Bucky and Okus, who haven't been performing badly recently, but also definitely haven't been on the best on the region. They will qualify for Sunday's finals, and will most likely perform well providing they have been putting in enough practice. From this drop in the latest Geocache Cup finals, Bucky and Okus actually placed 4th, meaning that they are very likely to do well in the LAN. Towards the south side of the map, obviously we have Mega City being a split triple, with Clix and Epicwell in the northwest, Batman Booger and Rapid in the southwest, and Grippe and Flixie in the east. Although this is meant to be a split drop, some of the splits do overlap with each other, meaning there is a high chance we will see some fighting between Duos and Mega in both the heats and the finals if more than one of them qualifies. If they do actually split the POI, I think they'll all do quite well in finals. Slightly west of Mega, we have the Pink Split, or the Acorn Split. Both the RGLs have claimed this split as their own, and I'm assuming they will be contesting each other during the LAN. This is a shame, as Pink and Vico are currently dominating EU competitively, and Cold and Acorn are an exceptionally good duo, so I think this possible spawn fight could ruin both of their chances of performing well, despite the fact they both deserve it. Moving over further west, we have the Polish powerhouse of Kami and Seti dropping Friendly Fields. Despite the fact Fatch and Panstu are also dropping here, they are in the lower bracket and will be landing at a split south of Frenzy for finals, meaning it's likely both of these teams qualify. Obviously Kami and Seti are favourites coming into the LAN, having won Invitational last year and performing consistently well throughout the chapter. Now moving to the northwest of the map, we've got Muzz and Paper at uncontested Breakwater Bay. This is a very good team, they are likely to qualify and then go on to do well in the finals on Sunday. Unfortunately, there is another triple con at this split at the north of the map. This is Reason and Janice's drop, as well as Baka and Pars. Both of these teams will be predicted to do very well if they were not contesting each other. Now, I said this was a triple con, but I've only mentioned 2 teams. This is because the other team who is allegedly dropping here is Teeny and Misha, who shocked everyone with their strategy of dropping at different small houses and terrible splits across the map in EU FNCS Grand Finals, ultimately earning them a 3rd place. Many have been expecting to repeat this at Copenhagen, but for now they are claiming to be contesting this split. At Brutal Bastion, we have Scented and Big Bobby AI himself, Polarized, dropping into the north. Southside are contested by Grolls and Clown and Kaizen and Clement. Obviously, I think that Polarized and Scented will qualify for the finals, and have a good chance of doing well based on their drop. However, I am not sure if either of the teams who are dropping Southside will be able to pull off a qual while contested. Mixon and Blaha have claimed the west side of Sanguine Suites and the Bastion next to it. On the east of Sanguine, we have 2 of the biggest teams on NAC, FNCS champions Peter Bott and Byler, as well as the World Cup champion Booga and his duo Threats. Both of these teams will be more than capable of winning finals if they were uncontested, and this may still happen. They split the drop in the latest NA Central duo Cash Cup rather than fighting each other for it. Obviously that is nowhere near all 75 teams, but I have tried to mention the biggest teams and those who I believe have the highest chance of winning. Also, not every team has been put on the drop map and everything could change before the event, so there is a chance that the teams I have said are uncon end up being con, and those who have said are con are not con. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of this esport. If you want to watch the LAN live, you can head to Fortnite's official YouTube or Twitch channel or Aussie Antics Twitch channel. I'll leave a link to all 3 in the description, along with a link to the drop map I've utilised in making of this video. So, it will be appreciated very much if you could like and subscribe, and that's it for now. Goodbye.